What's up, y'all? We are here for another episode of Church Guys Like Sports 2. Come on and tune on in. I need you to tune on in today. Dr. Hart, Samama. If you don't have this CD, you gotta get it. Oh. Shout out to my boy Randy Jenkins, producing it, and my brother Derek. Aaron Draper. Look, I need y'all to share this. Let the people know we on Facebook Live, Instagram. Keith, what up, man? Phil, what up? What's up, y'all? We are here for another episode of Church Guys Like Sports 2. And we got a lot to talk about. You hear me? We got a whole lot of sports to talk about. And I know some of y'all watched The Last Dance last night. We're going to get into that. Oh, we got a lot to talk about. And Dallas Cowboys, I got a lot to talk about with y'all. Amen. Oh, I need all the Cowboy fans on here right now. I need my Cowboy fans. I can't have a show without my Cowboy fans. I need them. I need them. I need somebody to laugh at. I need somebody to laugh at, all right? Yes. But first thing, I want to shout out. Let's talk about some NFL. I want to give a shout out to Don Shula and the legacy. Don Shula was one of the greatest coaches of all time. He died today at 90 years old. Don Shula was the coach for the Miami Dolphins, one of the first teams to go undefeated. You know, all that Dan Marino stuff, all of that was Don Shula. He died today at his home at the age of 90, and he is known as the greatest coach in NFL history. What up, Lil Greg? So shout out to the Shula family. We're praying for y'all. His son is also a coach in the NFL. And 90 years old, that's good living. And most of them, half of them years, he was rich. So let's keep the Shula family in our prayers. He died today at the age of 90. Great NFL coach. If you know your history, you know how great the Miami Dolphins were in the 80s and part of early 90s, but mainly the 80s. when Dan Marino was throwing that ball all over the world. So he was known as one of the greatest NFL coaches. Bill Parcells took from that legacy as well. So let's pray for the Shula family. All right. Now, I've got to talk about Jordan. I'm gonna get on the Cowboys later. But just let y'all know, the Dallas Cowboys just signed Andy Dalton. Yeah, if you don't know, Andy Dalton was the quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals. He has been in the Pro Bowl. And it'd be a shame if Dak Prescott lose his job to Andy Dalton. It'll be a shame. Ooh, it'll be a shame. Now, I'm going to talk about that. We're going to get deeper in that. But I want to talk about The Last Dance. And some of y'all, all of y'all MJ fans, come on here. Come on right through here. Come on. I want all the Chicago Bull fans, all the Michael Jordan fans. First thing, and I don't want don't y'all talk about, I don't want to hear nobody say nothing about my Knicks. Yes, I have on my Knicks attire. I'm a proud Knicks fan today. I got my Ewins on. I got my Knicks hat on. I got my Patrick Ewing tattoo on my neck. I don't want to hear nothing. The Knicks, after the Detroit Pistons, the New York Knicks was Michael Jordan's toughest opponent. They were Michael Jordan's toughest opponent. And the NBA, you see, when the NBA wants somebody to be great, they do all kinds of things to make them win. And look at all that stuff. They fouled Charles Smith. Charles Smith was under the basket, and he could have dunked that ball, but they kept fouling him. Now, let me get on this Michael Jordan. Listen, today, in today's NBA, if any of the players lost a game at Madison Square Garden, then took the next day off to go gambling, the league will go crazy. The league will go nuts. If any of the NBA stars today, in the middle of the playoffs, took the day, you can't hear me? Donnie, can you hear me over there? Can y'all hear me? No sound. Uh-oh. I'm going to come back on this if there's no sound. That's not good. They say there ain't no sound on Instagram. If any of the NBA players were to take the day off and go, y'all can hear me on Facebook, but Instagram can't hear me, and go gambling in Atlantic City, and blow his money, the league, can you imagine if LeBron James did that today? They'll say, oh, he doesn't care about the game. Eric, can y'all hear me now on Instagram? They say, oh, he don't care about the game. He's a gambler. And the league made special exceptions for Michael Jordan. Yes, they did. They made special exceptions for Michael Jordan. Why did they do that? I don't know. I don't know why the league did that for MJ. But they made exceptions for him. Somebody tell me why was that? And you'll bear with me. I'm trying to get Instagram to get the sound on there. I don't know how to get that sound right on Instagram. But I'm going to get it together. But they made special exceptions. David Stern even came out and said, oh, he broke no rules. That's what he said. Oh, Michael Jordan broke no rules. And it's unfair. Because if it had been anybody else, they would have been suspended. They would be suspended. He was the league, but that's not fair. That's not fair. Talking about he was the league. He was the league. No, he was a star in the league, just like LeBron is a star now. Just like Kobe was a star then. You still got to pay the punishment. Now, watch this. Everybody act like everything Jordan did was so great. Well, can I tell you something? All of y'all that's on Instagram, if you can't hear me, you're going to have to jump on Facebook. If you're on Instagram and you still can't hear me, you got to jump on Facebook because something going on with that. They don't want me to say what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. David Morgan, can you hear me on Instagram? Michael Jordan didn't do everything right because and I had forgot all about this, but there was a man in North Carolina named Gantt who was running to be the first senator in North Carolina. He was running to be the first senator in North Carolina, and Michael Jordan refused to endorse the man. And when he refused to endorse the man, it was a white racist man that still wanted segregated schools. Oh, y'all don't want to talk about it. This is y'all's GOAT. It was a white man that still was pushing for segregated schools. And Michael Jordan refused to endorse the black man. All he had to do was walk down the street with the man. His mama endorsed the man. And you know what Michael Jordan did? He pulled a O.J. Simpson on us. He says, I'm not black nor white. I'm O.J. You remember O.J. did that? That's what Jordan did. He said, I'm not black or white. I'm MJ. What's wrong with that, William Brown? Michael Jordan had the power to just get this. He could have got this man elected. All he had to do was walk down the street with the man. Thank you, Otis. And I know I'm just a basketball player. I'm just a ball player. I love all that. He's one of the best. I'm not a politician. All of that. I love all that. That's dope. You a ball player. But what about what you do off the court? You not a ball? Okay, you not a politician. Guess what? You ain't no gambling genius neither. That's why you lost all that money in Atlantic City. I know. I know I got the records, Michael Jordan. He made his life all about him. He wouldn't even endorse a black man for senator in his own hometown that his mama endorsed. Now, let's look at this. Let's look at this. Let's look at the people that we call GOATs, greats in their sport. Muhammad Ali, the GOAT of boxing. And everybody says that even if he was, look, Floyd Mayweather's undefeated, but he'll never be considered the GOAT because his off the court, out the ring stuff, he beats women, all that stuff, all that craziness that he does. I hope he ain't getting his girlfriend killed a couple days ago. Hope not. But Muhammad Ali stood up against the government for us. For people with this color. He stood up against the government. They wanted to draft him. He said, I ain't going through all that foolishness. I ain't about that. Viet Cong ain't never did nothing to me. Y'all know what he said. Let's take it even further than that. So many, Arthur Ashe stood for us. That's why he's known as the greatest tennis player. The Williams sisters went against the grain in tennis. Stood for us. Tiger Woods, after he got beat up by that woman, But I'm telling you, what has Jordan done with his power outside of basketball? Oh, okay, William Brown said he ain't my GOAT. What has Jordan done with his power outside of basketball? Bill Russell. Bill Russell was walking and marching with Dr. King. Jim Brown, known as the greatest running back, fought for our rights. When has Michael Jordan done anything for his, well, he made sneakers. You know what? He made himself rich off of broke people will be in the projects. They rent is $150 and they'll pay $200 on a pair of Jordans. You know what? I even give Stephon Marbury some props. Stephon Marbury just donated $1 million worth of masks to New York. And then what else Stephon Marbury did when he was playing in his prime, he said, I come from the projects, so I want the kids in the projects that don't have all this money, I want them to be able to have an NBA player sneaker, so I'm going to create Starbury sneakers and make them $30. But Jordan, oh, yellow eyes. That old cigar smoking thing you, Michael Jordan, wouldn't even endorse a black man to be senator. So are we supposed to just look at him play on the basketball court and ignore everything else? Are we supposed to just ignore the fact that he had a gambling problem? That he was involved with some gamblers that been to jail? Watch this Last Dance. I'm glad because some of this stuff I didn't know. I knew he was a gambler, and I know the real deal why he took that 2-year break. He was suspended. Him and David Stern made a deal. They didn't want to openly suspend him, so they privately suspended him and act like he was retiring to save the league. Oh, yeah, that's what happened. He got suspended for 18 months. Just like Pete Rose. Oh, y'all don't remember Pete Rose was gambling and they kicked him up. They kicked him out the Major League Baseball, and still to this day he can't get in the Hall of Fame. Greatest hitter of all time. So Michael Jordan, he had drug connections. The man that he had to testify in court against. What was it? I forgot his name. He was gambling with him. Michael Jordan wasn't squeaky clean. Doug Jackson, I got facts. I got facts, Doug. The proof is in the pudding. You don't just leave at your prime, in the prime of your career. You just, the Knicks didn't beat you up that bad. You don't leave in the prime of your career talking about you going to play baseball. You can't play baseball. Y'all saw Michael Jordan playing baseball. He was swinging that bat like it was a golf club. Yeah, my brother just said it all the way from the floor. He said he helped build and finance prisons. LeBron James out here building schools in the inner city, and Michael Jordan out here building prisons. Oh, see, nobody want to talk about that stuff. Patrick Ewing built schools in Jamaica. Yeah. How about that? Dikembe Mutombo built hospitals in Africa. Michael Jordan builds prisons to put more of us in them. I'm getting the word on the street, and you absolutely right, Johnny Wiggins. Absolutely right. And I know it's a touchy subject, but part of the reason why Michael Jordan's father was killed was because of a gambling debt that Jordan had. Nobody want to talk about that. Oh, this Last Dance is tearing up your image, MJ. And I'm glad about it because I don't like the way he did my Knicks. I don't like the way he did us. He knew the Knicks were coming. He knew we were coming. And we got close to beating them. And then you know what he does? He gonna run. He gonna say, oh, I'm gonna retire. Oh, you picked the perfect time when the Knicks is on the come up. And every time the Bulls lost, every time they win their 3 championships, it was one team that put them out. My Knicks. They won in 91, 92, and 93. Now here come 94. You think you're going to get a 4-peat? No. John Starks and Patrick Ewing and Anthony Mason and Charles Oakley got something to say about that. And we put them out. Okay, then they win 96, 97, and 98. You think you're coming back in 99 to win again? No. You know who got to the finals in 99? The New York Knicks. You're gonna stop cutting my Knicks short. We the ones that ended the Jordan dynasty. We ended the Bulls dynasty. The Knicks. Look at it real good. Look at it. We ended the dynasty. The New York Knicks ended the Bulls dynasty. Doug Jackson, William Brown. The Knicks ended the Jordan dynasty, the Bulls dynasty. The New York Knicks. In 94, we went to the finals. In 99, we went to the finals. Why is it a coincidence that the years after the Bulls finished their 3-peat, that very next year, the Knicks went to the championship? Because we said enough is enough. We said enough is enough. Jordan was involved with drug dealers. And them drug dealers and them gambling debts, all that stuff, got his father killed. That's why Jordan's, he took that so hard. Because if you are, and at that time, Jordan was not a billionaire. He's a billionaire now, multi-billionaire now. But at that time, Jordan was probably rolling in about $200, maybe $300 million. And if you got that kind of money, and you owe somebody $50,000 and you can't pay it. Jordan's father got killed for $50,000. They shot him, left him on the side of the road. So I'm going to give it, Jordan maybe as far as skills on the court, and it wasn't nobody doing what he was doing. He's dropping 40 and what, he's doing. But what about off the court? Off the court got to matter when it comes to being the GOAT. I'm sorry, y'all. Off the court has to matter when it comes to being the GOAT. And you can't be some great basketball player and have all this influence and you don't stand up for your people. And I am not a LeBron fan at all. I can't stand LeBron James. I can't stand him. But I can see how some of LeBron fans will pick him as the GOAT over MJ. Not on the basketball court, but the stuff that LeBron does off the court. LeBron does something. He built a school for them kids. He's sending people to college. He don't smoke cigars 10 times a day like Michael Jordan. Do y'all see Jordan's eyes? He don't look healthy. Michael Jordan does not look healthy. Michael Jordan been going for a while. What's the Knicks' excuse now? You know what? If the NBA was going on right now, the Knicks be on their way to the second round of the playoff. Ain't nobody winning right now. Nobody winning right now. You wait till next year, though, because the Knicks are going to get... I heard Greek Freak is coming to the Knicks next year. And we're going to draft LaMelo Ball. So you got LaMelo Ball with Greek Freak and Chris Paul? Oh, that's a problem. Now we're talking. So, TT said it, LeBron's character is making him the GOAT. I'm telling y'all, this Last Dance is not shining a good light on Michael Jordan. You know what? This might be a ploy. Because I can't see Jordan putting himself out there like that, knowing how we would attack him. This might be a ploy to pass the torch to LeBron. No, Quentin Battle, it ain't all about stats. No, if it was all about stats, you know where we go with the GOAT? Wilt Chamberlain. He averaged 52 points, 37 rebounds, 25 blocks in a whole season. If it was about stats, Wilt Chamberlain's the GOAT. But they won't let Wilt Chamberlain be the GOAT because they said he slept with 20,000 women. I don't know how you see. First of all, I don't believe that. That got, let me see. 20,000. 20,000. He died when he was 70. He probably started relations when he was 15. So that's 55 years of relations. 20,000 divided by 55, which means he slept with 363 women a year. Now let's divide that by 365 days in a year. Wilt Chamberlain slept with 0.99 women a day. That means at least one. Hold on. I don't believe it. Wilt Chamberlain, I don't believe your numbers. I don't believe your numbers, Wilt. Wilt Chamberlain slept with a woman a day, a different one. It's no way possible. I don't believe it. Wilt Chamberlain, I think you're lying on your numbers. And that's why they won't let Wilt Chamberlain be the GOAT, because Wilt Chamberlain was a playboy. Oh, yeah, he was rebounding. He was dunking. But he was doing much more than that. That old doggone Wilt. and this was from 15 to 7. Good God Almighty. I hope that ain't true. Because he had to be doubling up. Lord help me. God Almighty. And I pray, I think this is a ploy to make LeBron the GOAT, because Jordan is really, this whole documentary is making Jordan look worse. I know we already knew he was the GOAT on the basketball court. We already knew that. But for him to offer up this information off the court on how y'all know he had a fight with Steve Kerr and he punched Steve Kerr in the mouth because Steve Kerr had the nerve to talk back to him. Ain't that a shame? Wilt Chamberlain was balling, literally. But look, if we're going to do it by the stats, Wilt Chamberlain should be the GOAT. How you average? That man scored 100. We make a big thing out of Kobe's 81 points. And it was a big thing. 81 or 84, whatever Kobe had. It was a big thing. But Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 points. And didn't shoot not one three-pointer. Quick draw. Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 points in one game. And we call now, and then, okay, forget just the stats. Let's talk about rings. Bill Russell got 11 rings. Bill Russell. Well, who is Bill Russell? Oh, he's just the center that stopped Wilt Chamberlain. He got 11 rings. So if we're talking about the GOAT is about stats, is it about stats only? Is it about rings? Is it about off-the-court stuff? What about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? Right now, to this day, he is the all-time leading scorer in the NBA. Still, his record ain't broke. 37,000 points. It still ain't broke. He's the only person in the NBA that had an unstoppable shot. You couldn't block the sky hook if your mama tried to build you up and stand you on her shoulders to block it. You couldn't stop Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. What about Oscar Robertson, who averaged a triple-double well before Russell Westbrook? What about Russell Westbrook, who averaged a triple-double in 2 straight years? If we talking about the numbers. And what y'all said it's about the numbers. It's about the stats. So it got to be more than the stats. You got to add the stats with the rings, with the off-the-court stuff. And Michael Jordan off the court was a mess. He was a gambling midnight rambler. That's what he was. Michael Jordan was a gambling hothead. He couldn't help himself. They got them AA meetings. Michael Jordan needed to go to AA meetings for gambling. And I'm telling y'all, he don't look healthy. He don't look healthy. He got them yellow eyes. He looked like Daffy Duck with the beak blown off. You know when after Daffy Duck got shot and that thing went off? That's what Michael Jordan looked like. Them eyes yellow. Your eyes ain't supposed to be yellow. They're supposed to be white. They're supposed to have white up in there. Michael Jordan ain't got no more white in his eyes. He done drunk it away and smoked it away. Scotch and blue, that Ripple. Drinking that Ripple. Michael Jordan. And he quick to drop dime on folks. He won't talk about, how back in the day when he came in the league, people was smoking at halftime and drinking 6-packs of beer. Michael Jordan, you need the Holy Ghost. Get rid of that alcoholic demon you got. He need to go to Gamblers Anonymous. The Saints don't gamble. Except for those of y'all that go to them Atlantic City trips. I know who y'all, I seen you. Some of y'all go to them Atlantic City trips. Nobody want to talk. I see you. Your church take a bus. And y'all go out to them Atlantic City trips and y'all don't think nobody watching. God is watching y'all out there with that gambling spirit. Lord help us. Out there playing them slots. I know one boy at my church, I ain't going to call his name, but then y'all going to know what I'm talking about. But his grandmother gambled all day long. I had to get him because he was driving the church van and he was scratching off. I'm like, Doc, if you're going to scratch off, don't be scratching off at the red light in the church van. Scratching, just got his thing, just scratching off. In the church van. The devil is a liar. Loose hair. With that gambling demon. And y'all better stop that. If God gonna bless you, it ain't gonna be through the lotto. All y'all scratch off folk. See, some of y'all getting off the line right now. He stepping on my toe. Y'all stop playing them scratch off. All that stuff you do. Out there on Atlantic City pulling on them slots. They ain't going to no Sight and Sound. Some of these folk put that Sight and Sound flyer out like you're going to Sight and Sound to see Moses or see the Jesus play. No, you're telling the bus driver to make a U-turn and go down Atlantic City Highway, and you're going to Caesars and Tropicana and all them places down there. Stop acting like all these church trips ain't going to Sight and Sound. They going to Atlantic City. That's where they're going. We going to the buffet. You ain't going to no buffet. You going to Atlantic City to pull on them slots like Michael Jordan. All right, let me leave them alone. Let me leave it alone before I get thrown over here. Welcome to Church Guys Like Sports Too. Welcome. I hope you enjoying the show. I got some more on you. I got some more. I need somebody to go get the Cowboy fans. You can put something in the Cash App as well. David Wright Music, $ David Wright Music. Yes, my choir was there last September in Atlantic City, but we were singing. We were not gambling. We were down there with Bishop Lyles. We were singing hymns of glory. We were singing songs, the gospel. So let me talk about your Cowboys. Come here, Cowboys. Now, I told y'all, all of y'all, I told y'all, stop playing. Dak Prescott better stop playing with Jerry Jones. I told y'all. I said, Dak Prescott better stop playing with this doggone Jerry Jones. And you know what Jerry Jones and the Cowboys did yesterday? They went to Cincinnati and got Andy Dalton. Signed Andy Dalton. And Andy Dalton been a starter in Cincinnati for at least 7-8 years. So you know what's going to happen now? Dak Prescott came out 2 weeks ago. He said, $34 million, how dare you? That's not enough for me to feed my family. What, you got a family of 1,000? Dak Prescott said $34 million ain't enough to feed his family. Oh, he said it. Dak Prescott said, I can't support my family from no $34 million. And that's that ungratefulness. So now, you know what you're going to have? $0 million. And they're going to give that boy Andy Dalton will play for $10 million, $12 million. And I don't think Dak Prescott is so much better than Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton was a Pro Bowl quarterback. Oh, Lord. Nobody want to hear that. It's getting rough in Dallas now. It's getting tough in Dallas now. What say y'all? What your Cowboys fans say now? Now that Andy Dalton, he gonna take that Prescott job. Woo! And it's a shame. And last year, let me tell you, last year they offered Dak Prescott $34 million a year for 4 years. That's about $140 million for 4 years. You know what he told him? He said no. He turned it down. He turned it down. So these are some of the stats from Andy Dalton. In 2016, he threw for 4,000 yards. In 2017, he threw for 25 touchdowns. 2013, he threw for 33 touchdowns. Listen, Andy Dalton ain't no bum. And it's horrible. Right now, Dak ain't going to get the long-term deal. They're going to run Andy Dalton at quarterback. They still got Zeke Elliott. And they just got this boy CeeDee Lamb out the draft, the wide receiver. Dak, you done messed up now. And it's sad. It's sad. You know why it's sad? Let me tell you. Black quarterbacks, we don't have the luxury to play hardball with these owners. We don't have that luxury to say, oh, I'm not going to take your deal. You know why? Because these folks, look at Cam Newton. Cam Newton is still trying to find a job right now. And he was an MVP 4 years ago. Look at Jameis Winston. He led the league in yards last year. Led the league in yards last year. And he had to be a backup in New Orleans. They just signed him. We don't have that luxury to talk about, oh, man, I ain't taking this deal. If somebody offer you as a black quarterback $140 million, you got the nerve to talk about you can't feed your family? And that's the thing, McCants, because they'll run Andy Dalton this year and probably next year, draft another quarterback, and you won't hear nothing else from Dak Prescott. Ain't nobody else gonna sign Dak Prescott. Where else he gonna go? But you got the nerve. You got the nerve to say you can't feed, what, $34 million? I can't feed my family for $34 million. You must be crazy. My mom and my dad raised 5 boys in Brooklyn, New York, and we ain't had no $34 million. We ain't had $34,000. We might have had $3,000 for the year. Oh yeah, we had all them records out, but it was rough. But my parents found a way to still put food on the table without having millions of dollars. Are you kidding me, Dak Prescott? That's a slap in the face to any black, hard-working black man. Gonna tell the people you can't feed your family with $34 million. How many black men and black mothers fed their family of 5 and 6 and didn't have that kind of money? That's a slap in the face. And I don't think he all the way back black, because don't nobody black name their son Dakota. Gonna tell the folks, oh, I can't be. Now look at you. Andy Dalton coming now. Here come Andy Dalton. Here come Andy Dalton from Cincinnati. And now the Cowboys going, I guarantee you, the Cowboys are going to start Andy Dalton. This is, I'm not good enough to make this stuff up. I told you stop playing with Jerry Jones. I told you, I said, don't play with Jerry Jones. I said it. Gerard, you right, 2 fish and 5 loaves. See, and that thing upset me because I seen my father take a little bit, making a little bit of money. He was working, operating elevators at 120 Broadway. He got 5 hungry boys at home and a hungry wife. And we had a dog named Duke. He was able to work enough to get enough money. And back then, he was only making $280 a week in 1983, 84. And he was able to feed his family and still drive a Cadillac. Still drove a Cadillac. He had a Cadillac Seville. And he playing the organ at Washington Temple, making whatever he was making there. And then going to sing and made a way to feed his family. And Dak Prescott talking about $34 million ain't enough for me to feed my family. You ought to be punched in your mouth, Dak Prescott. And now you about to see. And Cam Newton, and this is what I'm talking about. The black quarterbacks, we don't have that luxury. Black quarterbacks don't have that luxury to be turning jobs down. Cam Newton right now cannot find a job. Carolina Panthers done got rid of him. So right now, Cam Newton is looking for a job. And they say, oh, ain't nobody hiring. And Cam Newton only won $20 million. And he was the MVP. Shame on you, Dak Prescott. And now Andy Dalton is coming. And he going to start for the Dallas Cowboys. Andy Dalton, I put him right around there with Tony. They always wanted Tony Romo back anyway, but Tony Romo making a lot of money broadcasting. So Andy Dalton coming in, and he going to start. Shame. All right, this has been an episode of Church Guys Like Sports. I hope y'all enjoyed the episode. Y'all can put something in the Cash App if you like. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But if you want to be a blessing, I'm still going to be talking my sports, even though we in a shutdown. Basketball will be back soon, hopefully. And hopefully football season will be back. I hope football is not delayed. I love my New York Jets. I got a feeling that my New York Jets is going to the Super Bowl. Chip, I'm sorry. Dak Prescott is not your guy. If Dak Prescott was your guy, they wouldn't have went and got Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton is going to be the starter for the Cowboys. The only way Dak Prescott going to get on the field is if Andy Dalton get hurt. And that's what he get for playing games with Jerry Jones. You don't play millionaire games with billionaires. You don't do that. And I got a feeling my Jets going to we going to the playoffs. I guarantee you that. And shout out to my Knicks. Before I sign off, my Knicks was Michael Jordan's worst nightmare. His worst nightmare. And when they showed the dunk last night, everybody saying Jordan didn't get dunked on. Jordan didn't even comment on it. Why you ain't say nothing, Mike? You and Horace Grant got yammed on. Why you ain't say nothing? Pam Newton gonna be the new Geico girl. Ted Morris is crazy, y'all. He said Cam Newton gonna be the new Geico girl. I'm not going to say that because Cam Newton's cousin go to my church and she, they say he's not gay. I don't think he's gay, but I got a problem with you going to wear women's clothes. Gerard, yes, they did. The Jets drafted a guy named Mekhi Becton, and the boy is 390 pounds, and he runs faster than Deion Sanders. He's 6'9", 390 pounds, and he got a 3.240 yard dash. And they showed him on the news pushing a truck up a hill. Woo, I can't wait. All right, y'all. I hope you enjoyed the show. We will be back every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Church guys like sports too. And remember, you can love God and love sports. Peace.